Welcome to our 9th Annual Excellence in Healthcare. I'm Marnie Nesher, President of the Central New York Business Journal. Now's your time to sit down in a comfortable chair with family and friends and join us this next hour as we take you through our Excellence in Healthcare Awards. We're excited to continue our tradition of recognizing and celebrating healthcare providers from all over Central New York. And what a year we have all experienced with the pandemic. As a result, this year's event definitely looks different. Even though this is virtual and we will not get to see each of you in person, this year is more important than ever to recognize and honor these healthcare heroes and incredible individuals. Now I'd like to introduce you to Chris Panebianco, Chief Marketing Officer of Bankers Healthcare Group, to welcome everyone to tonight's program.
Thank you, Marnie, and thank you everyone for joining us virtually as we celebrate the critical role that healthcare professionals play in our community. I'm Chris Panebianco, Chief Marketing Officer at Bankers Healthcare Group, and it's my honor to be here with you as we celebrate the 2020 Excellence in Healthcare Awards. BHG is proud to sponsor this event for the 9th consecutive year. Our business was founded to serve healthcare professionals, and it's our honor to recognize the impact our honorees make on their patients, within the medical field, and in our community. BHG is the nation's leading provider of financial solutions for healthcare practitioners. We've had the privilege of funding over $6 billion to your peers over the last 19 years. We offer business and personal loans, credit cards, SBA loans, patient lending, and collection solutions. Our financial headquarters are located right here in downtown Syracuse, where we employ nearly 300 people. It's important for us to give back to the community, and what better way to do that than by honoring our local healthcare practitioners. We hope you enjoy the program.
Thank you, Chris. Now let me take a moment to acknowledge and thank our sponsors. I want to personally thank our presenting sponsor, Bankers Healthcare Group, especially Chris and Danielle for being flexible, patient, understanding, and trusting us in making this event virtual. Excellence in healthcare would not be possible without all our sponsors. A big applause for presenting sponsor, Bankers Healthcare Group, platinum sponsors, St. Joseph's Health, and Upstate Medical University. Silver sponsor, Mohawk Valley Health System. And a shout out to bronze sponsor, MVP Healthcare. Thank you also to the Onondaga County Medical Society for working with us to help promote the event. Biz Events, who manages and produces the event. And of course, the Central New York Business Journal, who promotes this event in print, digital, and social media. Now, let us get to our award presentation.
The first award this evening is Excellence in Dentistry, presented to Dr. Evelyn Salgado Parilla. Dr. Parilla is a dentist and the director of Faxton St. Luke's General Practice Residency Program, which provides dental services for the Mohawk Valley Health System. Dr. Salgado studied interdisciplinary sciences, pre-dental at the University of South Florida in Tampa, and earned her Doctor of Dental Medicine from the University of Puerto Rico. She completed her general practice residency at Faxton St. Luke's Healthcare. In her spare time, she enjoys spending time with her family and her beloved pets, an English Mastiff dog named Coco and Russian blue cat named Chanel. Please welcome Dr. Salgado Parilla.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be receiving the 2020 Excellence in Healthcare Award, Excellence in Dentistry. I sincerely thank Kelly McCann for nominating me. I am very grateful for the recognition I have received, as I am sure that every nominee for this category, for this award, was as qualified, if not more, of winning this. Please know that behind every good work, behind excellence, there's always a team. In this case, my dental team at the residency program at Faxton St. Luke's. Also, very special thanks to the support I received from the leadership of Mohawk Valley Healthcare System, our CEO, Darlene Stromstad, our Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Ken Hall, Dr. Eric Yost, Kelly McCann, and other senior leaders. Thank you, Central New York Business Journal and BHG, and congratulations to the other honorees.
The next award, Excellence in Medicine, is presented to Dr. Stephen Thomas. Dr. Thomas is the Chief, Division of Infectious Diseases and Director, Institute for Global Health, and a Professor of Medicine, Microbiology, and Immunology, and Infectious Diseases. Prior to joining Upstate, Dr. Thomas spent 20 years serving at the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research and completing his career as the Institute's Chief Operating Officer. Dr. Thomas specializes in the study of viruses and vaccine development. He has played key leadership roles in the U.S. government response to the West Africa Ebola outbreak and MERS, CoV, and Zika epidemics, and was instrumental in the development and advancement of vaccines for each. Since the arrival of COVID, Dr. Thomas led SUNY Upstate's Incident Command as they prepared and responded to the infections in Central New York. His team initiated numerous experimental COVID treatment trials, and he leads SUNY's participation in Pfizer's COVID vaccine trial. Dr. Thomas earned his Bachelor of Arts with Honors in Biomedical Ethics from Brown University, his medical degree from Albany Medical College, and completed his Internal Medicine Residency and Infectious Diseases Fellowship at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. Dr. Thomas continues to push people out of their comfort zones to drive ingenuity and change in medicine. Dr. Thomas is what the world of academic medicine refer to as a triple threat: educator, clinician, and researcher. You will not find a nicer person, a better doctor, or someone who cares more for his patients than Dr. Thomas. Please welcome Dr. Stephen Thomas.
I am privileged to accept this year's award for excellence in medicine and would like to thank the CNY Business Journal for this opportunity. I offer a sincere thank you to Dr. Corona and my colleagues who took the time and effort to reflect on our work together and nominate me. It is an honor for me to accept this award because it acknowledges the hard work of thousands of individuals within the Upstate family. This award reflects on the achievements of extremely talented and caring medical and medical support professionals coming together to form teams of teams focused on protecting Central New York from the COVID-19 pandemic. To have the opportunity to lead these teams, even for a short time, was an amazing experience, and I believe we did our job well. As a physician scientist, you hope that you can leverage your skills as a clinician and researcher to address the health issues challenging your patients and your community. You want your work to be relevant. I believe Upstate's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and our innovation in diagnosis, treatment, and prevention strategies against the virus has clearly demonstrated the value and relevance of academic medicine in our community. I am truly thankful to be part of Upstate, Central New York, and I again thank you for acknowledging the roles which I and my colleagues have played in supporting our collective resilience during this unprecedented time.
The next award this evening, Excellence in Nursing, is presented to Pearl Lavalette. Pearl has been with St. Joseph's Health since 2001 in the Surgical Intensive Care Unit, serving as charge nurse and preceptor to newly orienting staff. In 2010, Pearl transitioned into the field of infection control and became manager of the department. In 2020, she was named Director of Infection Prevention and Control. In this position, she has guided her team through many impactful projects, including the reduction of hospital-associated infections. Pearl received her Master of Science in Nursing from American Centennial University and is certified by the Certification Board of Infection Control and Epidemiology in Infection Prevention and Control. Pearl's expertise and professionalism established her as a thought leader in the community and as the go-to expert for news media during the pandemic. Please welcome Pearl Lavalette.
Good evening. I would like to start by thanking the Central New York Business Journal for recognizing those that care for our communities every year. It means a great deal to know that the heart and soul that we put into our work is having an impact. I would also like to thank those at St. Joseph's Health who nominated me for this award. I am honored and humbled and incredibly surprised. I'm blessed to work in the healthcare field among so many amazingly knowledgeable and dedicated people. We have faced over these past many months as a healthcare community struggles like nothing we've ever faced before. It was a truly all-hands-on-deck approach, and I'm so very grateful for the incredible team in the Infection Prevention and Control Office and the Incident Management team who stood up to the challenges they always do. So Deborah Steves, Brenda Haberer, Patricia Tallarico, and Jacqueline McIntosh, this award is for you as much as it is for me. All of the long days and even longer nights were a testament of our strength and fortitude, but could not have been done alone. For that, I save my most heartfelt thanks for my family. My husband, John, son, Michael, daughter, Lillian, and father-in-law, Richard. They didn't get to see me nearly as much as they were used to, and when they did see me, I was still in work mode. They kept me going with smiles, love, and support, and even the occasional board game. They kept me running and the home running when they were in the midst of their own COVID challenges. They gave me the energy to keep moving forward, and for that, there are no words of thanks great enough to describe my appreciation. I'll close by sharing what so many have said before. Nursing, as with all other healthcare roles, isn't a job, it's a calling. We don't choose where it takes us, we go where it leads. I feel blessed to be able to share this great calling with so many people. We don't seek out accolades, so when those accolades come, they're so incredibly meaningful, and I will cherish this. Thank you.
The next award this evening, Excellence in Surgery, is presented to Dr. Andrew Wickline. Andrew Wickline was accepted into the Union College Albany Medical College Accelerated 7-year medical degree program while a junior in high school. He did his fellowship training in advanced hip and knee replacement at the Cleveland Clinic before coming to Utica in 1989. He has operated in over 32 states and countries. He created a therapy-free post-op recovery after hip and knee replacement that decreases pain and quickens recovery. His 2 recently published articles on hip and knee replacement document the lowest published post-operative need for opioid pain medication in the nation. In his free time, Dr. Wickline loves racing his 2015 Mustang GT and 1965 Factory 5 Shelby Daytona Coupe in the SCCA Majors. According to Dr. Wickline, there is only one position that matters in racing: first place. He says, "It is my life's work to help patients walk and live better through total hip and knee replacement. Just as with racing, he believes that every surgeon should strive and compete with other surgeons to have lower complications, less pain, less opioids, less cost, and quicker recovery for the greater good of the patient." Please welcome Dr. Andrew Wickline.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Wickline from Genesee Orthopedics, and I am honored to accept this year's 2020 Award for Excellence in Surgery from the Central New York Business Journal. This is particularly important to me and my team. We've been working very hard over the last 5 years to provide the lowest opioid use in the entire nation for hip and knee replacement, and we've just recently published those results. Because of that publication and the data that we've been able to submit, we were nominated by Mohawk Valley Health System to ideally receive this award. And again, I'm grateful to the Central New York Business Journal for choosing us over many of the other qualified candidates. This year in particular, I think it's important in that the entire protocol that I've developed over the last 5 years has led to the ability for the vast majority of patients to be able to go directly home after hip and knee replacement, to have minimal opioids, 10 pills or less, 5 times lower than the next best paper in the country. And also with my protocol, the majority of patients need 0 post-op therapy, which helps reduce coronavirus exposure risks. So all the things which are important to both me and my team. And as we talk about that, of course, I need to recognize the many people involved. I'm not a one-man ship, and this award is really due to the many people on my team, my clinical research coordinators, Mary Ann and Kim, my PAs and my medical assistants in the office, and of course the many individuals both at Apex Surgical Center and at Mohawk Valley Health System that help me with the day-to-day pieces that make this entire program work. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank my patients. My patients are the one who have asked me, Dr. Wickline, can you find us a way to have less pain, to have less cost, to have better value, have better outcomes? What can you do to help us, Dr. Wickline? And so I want to say thank you to all of my many patients over the last 18 years of my career that have chosen myself and my team at Genesee Orthopedics to get better. Thank you again for this amazing award, and I really appreciate it, Central New York Business Journal.
The next award, Healthcare Facility of Distinction, is presented to SUNY Upstate Medical University. This year, Upstate rose to the unprecedented challenges posed by the deadliest pandemic in more than a century. The largest employer in the region, with 11,000 employees and a $2.5 billion impact on the local economy, Upstate is a vital part of Central New York. That role was never better displayed than in this health crisis. Upstate healthcare providers, support staff, students, and faculty combine their knowledge with a generosity of spirit and self-sacrifice to serve the people of the regions and the state. Upstate created a triage line open to any member of the public looking for information on the illness. Upstate took the lead on testing. Coordinating with county health officials, the parking lot at 550 Harrison became a testing site. Recognizing the need to minimize delays, Upstate developed its own testing capabilities, reducing the wait for results from a week to just a few days. When Downstate was suffering greatly and healthcare providers were stretched and stressed, Upstate personnel volunteered to go to Stony Brook University Hospital to help. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, during a visit to Upstate Medical University, applauded the efforts of the university during the COVID pandemic. New York State is blessed to have SUNY Upstate, Hochul said. They have been integral partners of ours in trying to combat this pandemic. When we look back someday and write the story of how we overcame this, we'll look at institutions like this and thank them for the critical role they played in keeping New Yorkers safe. For all these reasons and more, SUNY Upstate Medical University is awarded the Healthcare Facility of Distinction Award. Accepting this award is Dr. Mantosh Dewan, Interim President.
Good evening. On behalf of Upstate Medical University's 10,000 employees, students, and volunteers, I thank you for this distinct honor. To be named Healthcare Facility of Distinction in any year is noteworthy, but to be honored this year, the year of the pandemic, is especially meaningful to us. By honoring Upstate, you have emphasized the importance for every community to have a healthcare facility that is also an academic medical center. I really should be joined tonight by all of our Upstate community, whose hard work and strategic and creative thinking enabled Upstate Medical University to mobilize a massive response to COVID-19. Indeed, this deadly pandemic has brought out the very best at Upstate. Even when COVID-19 was perceived by some to be a faraway threat, preparations were underway here. Upstate ordered extra N95 masks in January and consulted directly with doctors in Wuhan. What worked there? What didn't? When COVID-19 did appear, Upstate was exceptionally well prepared. Every facet of our mission, patient care, teaching, research, and service, moved at record speed to address the pandemic. The importance of having a public academic medical center in our community became even more clear. Upstate's vast array of specialists and experts that are only available in a teaching hospital provided outstanding care, including convalescent plasma treatment. We added over 200 iPads so every isolated patient could be with loved ones, even though they could not touch them. We introduced home delivery of medications and opened a COVID transitions clinic to ensure a seamless discharge and at-home monitoring for recovered COVID patients. The academic advantage was in full view again as we began clinical trials of antibodies for treatment and vaccines for prevention. A milestone for Upstate was the FDA approval of a saliva test for COVID-19, developed with our research partner Quadrant Biosciences. It is an accurate, self-administered test and the only one that can pool up to 24 people in one test. Upstate has tested more than 85,000 students at SUNY campuses across the state, thousands of SU students, as well as hundreds of local school students and teachers in just the past few weeks. One of the most emotional moments of this year was the send-offs for dozens of our heroic nurses and other specialists to serve at Stony Brook University Hospital, which had been overwhelmed by COVID. The call went out to assist our colleagues, and our brave employees stepped forward. Upstate will continue to step forward to meet the challenges of this pandemic and ensure our community stays safe. It is a privilege to be able to serve our community in these many ways. In closing, I want to thank you, community members and leaders who have supported Upstate so generously during this time. You have provided encouragement and masks and money and food and even police escorts to the county line. Please know that each of you has helped make our response to this pandemic and this award possible. On behalf of the Upstate community, I thank you for this honor. Be safe and stay well.
The next award is Healthcare Innovator and presented to Dr. Philip Falcone, Medical Director of Quality at St. Joe's Health. Dr. Falcone is a board-certified plastic surgeon with 28 years of experience operating at St. Joseph's Health. He obtained his medical degree from SUNY Upstate Medical University and performed his residency in general and plastic surgery at Brown University. Dr. Falcone returned to Brown University and earned his master's degree in healthcare leadership and now works to support the health system's commitment to delivering the highest quality care to all patients. Dr. Falcone spearheaded the research and implementation of a groundbreaking new process to decontaminate N95 masks that keep healthcare workers safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. Please welcome Dr. Philip Falcone.
Good evening. I would like to thank the Central New York Business Journal for presenting me with the 2020 Healthcare Innovator Award. I am indebted to Les Luke, the CEO of St. Joseph's Health, for nominating me for this honor. I am proud to accept this award on behalf of St. Joseph's Health and all the people I work with at our hospital. Their dedication and compassion continues to inspire me every day. It is humbling to share this awards evening with so many dedicated healthcare workers who have devoted their talents, ingenuity, and compassion to help those in need during this unprecedented pandemic. In particular, I am especially proud of Pearl Lavalette, my colleague at St. Joseph's Health, who is receiving the Excellence in Nursing Award this evening. Congratulations, Pearl. It's an honor to work with you every day. As we know, this pandemic led to significant shortages of personal protective equipment, especially N95 masks. I received the Healthcare Innovator Award this year for implementing a method to reprocess our hospital's limited supply of N95 masks using a vaporized hydrogen peroxide system. This method allowed us to decontaminate and reuse hundreds of masks and replenish our mask supplies during the worst peak of the COVID crisis. Many N95 masks, especially the smaller, better-fitting sizes our nurses preferred, were difficult, if not impossible, to obtain through our normal supply channels. Our hydrogen peroxide reprocessing efforts kept these masks in stock and readily available for our frontline COVID unit nursing staff. The success of this project was due to the coordinated efforts of many people at St. Joseph's Health. Our facilities group, Marty, Chris, central sterile staff, Jenny, Tim, Adam, nurses from many units, Megan, Tiffany, Katie, Michelle, and supply chain management, Kristen, Trevor, Kelly, Jessica, and finance, Meredith, all worked in unison to operationalize this plan in just 1 week. We subsequently reprocessed over 5,000 masks and in so doing kept our colleagues safe and protected. Without their hard work, none of this would have been possible. So I accept this award on behalf of our team. In closing, I would like to say thank you to my wife, Barbie, who provided tremendous support during this time of crisis and made each day easier for me to get through. Thank you.
The Heart of Healthcare Award is presented to someone who is making an impact and affecting positive change for the people they have contact with on a regular basis. This year, that award goes to Ty Ngoshaw. Ty came to the United States at the age of 10. When he arrived, he spoke no English. Ty earned an associate degree in human services and a bachelor's degree in psychology with a minor in business from Alfred University. Ty is the owner of CNY Uniform Plus. He is the president of the Vietnamese Community Foundation and the voice for many in the immigrant New Americans community. Ty is the vice president of the New American Forum and chairs annual World Refugee Day Festival. He sits on numerous boards, including Central New York Refugee Alliance of Greater Syracuse, the United Way, Upstate Minority Economic Alliance, and Molina Healthcare, to name a few. He knows that success is something that you make for yourself and for your community. Ty continues to move forward at a pace that few people could match. Please welcome tonight's Heart of Healthcare, Ty Ngoshaw.
Good evening. My name is Ty Shaw. I'm truly humbled to receive this award, and thank you to Chow from Nurse Connection to nominate me for this. I get to know Chow from my business. I own CNY Uniform Plus. We provide medical apparel for the professional. During the COVID-19, I have created masks to provide to the community. Of course, we sell to the community. I also created the food pantry on the side of my store. Well, during this COVID-19 March to June, we have 2 restaurants that donated cooked food for us. On Tuesday and Thursday, we give away 300 cooked meals each. I feel, as a refugee, I understand the needs, and a lot of them lost their job and can't provide for themselves or their family. I know what it feels like to have nothing or don't have a voice. And doing good things is not what I'm seeking to do, but I see it is necessary to feed our community. So thank you very much for this award.
The next award is Impact Player and is presented to Christopher Dunham, Director of Emergency Management, Upstate Medical University. Born and raised in Central New York, Chris learned at a young age the importance of helping others in need from his father, a veteran law enforcement officer. Chris has served as Director of Emergency Management since 2012, leading the Level 1 Trauma Center and University in essential preparedness projects and exercises designed to test essential capabilities such as mass casualty events and infrastructure failures. From Ebola planning to the decontamination response, as well as participating in regional work groups that improve response skills across many healthcare disciplines in the region. Chris's expertise in emergency preparedness helps us all sleep better at night, knowing that the needed disaster planning has been done to keep our community safe. Please welcome Christopher Dunham.
Thank you so much for the 2020 Impact Player Award. This means so much to me. I still can't believe I'm the recipient. Thank you to Bankers Healthcare Group and the CNY Business Journal for putting these awards together. Emergency preparedness has always been a team sport, and I'm really blessed to be part of a great team. Brad Marmon, Kelsey Wagner, Gail Hyde, thank you for working so hard over the past year. A huge thanks to Joyce Mackesy for nominating me and helping me to become a better leader. Most importantly, I really want to thank my wife Molly for supporting me during this crazy time. I love you very much. This award came as quite a shock to me. While I'd like to think I helped a little bit during COVID-19, to me, the credit will always belong to the frontline staff and the leaders who worked so hard 7 days a week to make sure SUNY Upstate was prepared to help the community. During the past year, I've been so inspired by all their work, their passion, and their knowledge. I've had lots of questions about how we would tackle many of the problems we face together, but I've never doubted SUNY Upstate's ability to get the job done. Thank you so much for this award. It's so very special to me. Thank you.
This year, Outstanding Hospital Executive is presented to Dr. Amy Tucker, Chief Medical Officer at Upstate University Hospital. Dr. Tucker has over 15 years of experience in healthcare administration and has been a practicing cardiologist for more than 25 years. In 2017, she moved from Charlottesville, Virginia to Syracuse to join Upstate Medical University as the Director of Adult Ambulatory Services, overseeing strategy, operations, and quality in the ambulatory clinics. In 2018, Dr. Tucker was appointed interim and then permanent Chief Medical Officer at Upstate. As Chief Medical Officer, she promotes quality of care hospital-wide, innovation in healthcare delivery, optimization of clinical operations, and delivery of cutting-edge clinical care for all patients. Prior to joining Upstate, Dr. Tucker was on the faculty of the University of Virginia, where she served as founder and co-director of the Women's Cardiovascular Prevention Clinic and as the director of Ambulatory and Consultative Cardiology Services. A fellow of the American College of Cardiology and the American College of Physicians, she earned her master's degree in healthcare management from the Harvard School of Public Health and earned her medical and undergraduate degrees at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Dr. Tucker's intellectual guidance, calm demeanor, and dedicated leadership really represents the soul of Upstate. Please welcome Dr. Amy Tucker.
I can't tell you how honored and delighted I am to represent my Upstate team in accepting the award for Outstanding Hospital Executive. One of the most gratifying aspects of receiving this award is that it is given by the CNY Business Journal, and this year more than ever serves to recognize the partnership between Upstate and our Central New York community. COVID-19 has really underscored Upstate's commitment to Central New York. The dedication of everyone on our upstate team throughout this year has been truly inspirational. From our frontline workers, to our nursing and physician leaders, to the C-suite and up through the President's Cabinet, we have all united in our mission to serve you during this pandemic, Central New York. And we, in turn, have been so grateful for your outreach to us. With donated masks, to meals for frontline workers, to SaniSport systems to help us reprocess our PPE, just to name a few. You have embraced and supported us throughout this challenge. Many thanks to our wonderful upstate team, our community partners, and to our families who stand behind us and keep us focused on what is really most important. We continue to meet this challenge of the pandemic as one. Our upstate is your upstate, and I'm grateful to be a part of it and to be a part of our Central New York community. Thank you so very much.
The next award, Outstanding Physical Therapist, is presented to Dr. Chad Penz. Dr. Penz grew up in Clinton, New York. He attended the University of Connecticut for undergraduate studies in sports medicine and athletic training, and graduate studies at SUNY Upstate Medical University in physical therapy. He began his career at Cornell University in their outpatient physical therapy clinic and worked in the athletic training sports medicine department, working with the men's and women's track and field and cross-country teams. In 2007, he took over ownership of Coast Physical Therapy. Outside of being a dedicated healthcare professional, Chad enjoys spending time with his wife and kids. Please welcome Dr. Chad Penz, owner and president of Coast Physical Therapy.
I want to say what a tremendous honor it is to be acknowledged for this award. Thank you for the CNY Business Journal for all that you do to recognize medical professionals for services delivered above and beyond patient expectation. I want to thank all of those who nominated me for this award. It's an amazing feeling to be recognized for all of the hard work I've put into this profession, while also feeling blessed to be able to do something every day that I truly love. Thank you to my amazing team at Coast Physical Therapy, the likes of whom I get to go to work with every day, working diligently to help as many people and patients as we can. Finally, I'd like to thank my amazing wife and family for all of their love and support. Without them, I could not do the things that I do best. Thank you.
Outstanding Rising Star honors an individual who is destined for greatness in their field and has made a positive impact in the community. This year, the award is presented to Kumari Resmi, nurse practitioner at Optum United Healthcare. Born in Bhutan at the age of 6, her family was forcefully evicted from their home. She spent the next 17 years in a refugee camp in Nepal, where there was a limited supply of food, poor sanitary conditions, and no proper health care. Being a refugee herself, and working closely with other refugees, she sees the need for intervention and the elimination of racial, ethnic disparities in healthcare. To address healthcare disparities, Kumari has organized charitable events including health fairs, breast cancer, skin cancer awareness, blood drives, voting awareness, DNR/DNI, disease prevention, and health promotion. The American Red Cross has recognized her work by awarding her the 2017 American Red Cross Real Hero Award. Kumari works every day to produce change, end racism, and promote equality in healthcare. Kumari hopes that by pursuing a career in healthcare, she will live a life of giving back to the community and country that has given so much to her and her family. Please welcome Outstanding Rising Star, Kumari Resmi.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored to be the recipient of this Excellence in Healthcare Outstanding Rising Award. I'm so excited that it's hard for me to put these feelings into words. This award means a lot to me. Being myself a refugee and living in a refugee camp for 18 years, I have seen people dying with poor health condition. So as soon as I came to this country in 2009, I always wanted to pursue a career in healthcare field, and that's what I did. I went and I'm a nurse practitioner right now. So being myself a refugee and I was able to see a lot of death and dying. I wanted to teach people about healthcare. So here we help refugee people and immigrant people mostly to learn about primary prevention, secondary prevention, and mostly in the refugee camp, we didn't know what primary care was. So we teach them about the screenings. We also do blood drive. I, along with my husband, do this every year and teach people about blood drive, importance of donating blood. We teach them about DNR, DNI. So do not intubate, do not resuscitate. We do skin cancer awareness, breast cancer, ovarian cancer awareness. So I feel like I wanted to always be advocate for those refugees, and I'm so thankful that we're able to do this and be part of the community. So at the end, I wanted to just throw out a quote here. A person's most beautiful zest is not a head full of knowledge, but it's a heart full of love. It's the ears that are ready to hear and the hands that are willing to help. Thank you.
Our final category is the A. John Merola Lifetime Achievement Award. Named after Dr. John Merola, this prestigious award honors a healthcare professional who has made an exceptional impact in their role. I'd like to welcome Dr. Merola, our 2015 inaugural honoree, to share some remarks about what this award means to him.
My name is Dr. John Merola. Today, I find myself in unfamiliar surroundings, in a TV studio as opposed to in person, to introduce you to this year's recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award in Healthcare, presented in collaboration by Bankers Healthcare Group and the Central New York Business Journal. This year's recipient is Dr. Indu Gupta, the Commissioner of Health of Onondaga County and Department of Health, an individual who has certainly made an exceptional impact on the lives of patients in our community. Dr. Gupta is an accomplished physician and scholar. Her biography reads like who's who in healthcare. Board certified in internal medicine, clinical assistant professor at the University of California, Los Angeles, Master of Arts in Public Administration, and Master of Public Health. We have the common thread of institutional learning at Syracuse University and at UCLA. Dr. Gupta believes in bridging public health with those practicing in the healthcare field. I share in the same belief as evidenced by the bridge at St. Joseph's Hospital, connecting our local community to the hospital. All those endeavors lead to a better healthcare outcomes in our community. I could not be more proud and honored to introduce you to Dr. Indu Gupta, an outstanding candidate for the Excellence in Healthcare Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Merola, for your kind words and for this honor today. I would like to thank Central New York Business Journal and Bankers Healthcare Group for nominating me. I'm fortunate to have great opportunity to serve as Commissioner of Health of Onondaga County and work with great colleagues from business, community, nonprofit organizations, healthcare, and educational institutions, lawmakers, and most importantly, the residents of this wonderful community. Our mission is to protect and improve health of our community residents every day with vision of community partners working together for physical, emotional, and social well-being. As I look at the mission of Central New York Business Journal that has been serving the Central New York community for many years with a mission to provide related news, information, data, and networking opportunities to the local business community, including nonprofits, to make Central New York a better place to live and work by engaging, educating, and empowering people, indicates how problems are solved every day for betterment of society. I was happily surprised when I first learned that I am to receive this award in the middle of COVID pandemic. I'm truly humbled and honored. This award is a recognition of public health community by the business community. As Professor Charles Winslow defined public health in 1920, it remains true today as the science and art of preventing disease, prolonging life, and improving quality of life through organized efforts and informed choices of society, organizations, both public and private, communities and individuals. It is not job of one agency, but is a joint collaborative, including you, with only one goal of good health for everyone. And yes, it is difficult, but achievable with the willing, collaborative, and committed community partnership. My amazing journey started when my loving mother and father encouraged me to pursue my passion with strong education starting in India, which continued after I immigrated to the United States with the continued support of my family, especially my children, and is ongoing as I remain a lifelong student. I would also like to thank the County Executive McMahon, who has given me this great opportunity to serve this community before and during this pandemic and ongoing public health crisis. To have a healthy community, we need investment in health. A healthy workforce in turn results in continued business operations and healthy economy. This is especially true during this ongoing pandemic when we want community to stay open for business. To do so, everyone has to follow public health recommendations of hand washing, physical distancing, wearing face covering, and staying home when sick. In the absence of any definitive treatment and vaccines, these public health principles are the backbone to keep any community safe and open for regular business, whether it is a school, restaurant, manufacturing, gyms, and entertainment. And so far, we are doing it well, right here in Onondaga County. We means everyone. Let's continue to work together in ending this pandemic along with other health issues such as diabetes, heart disease, substance use, and mental health crisis, to name a few, so our community can continue to heal and thrive beyond this pandemic. I'm accepting this award with my entire team at the Onondaga County Health Department, who work hard every day to keep this community safe. Thank you and stay safe.
Congratulations to each of the 2020 Excellence in Healthcare Award honorees, and thank you for the impact you're making on our region and our community.
Congratulations once again to all the honorees and the A. John Merola Lifetime Achievement recipient, Dr. Gupta. From all of us to all of you, thank you for your dedication to the healthcare field, and have a good evening.